What's going on, guys? It's Mr. DEBT Joe Lork from the Money Etiquette Group, and I quickly want to talk about the streaming wars and the opportunity for content creators in 2020. This is a time that we're living in that's unlike any other time when it comes to being a creator and the opportunity to get your creation on platforms that can reach millions of people. I've been noticing, looking at the markets, I'm really a financial guy, but I'm also involved in some documentary work that's being filmed right now and that we're going to be releasing in late 2020. But I usually talk about finances. I usually talk about things related to the business side of streaming and the streaming wars. But today, I really want to talk to content creators because I don't want to see any of you miss out on the opportunities that's going to present itself in 2020 by overthinking content creation, by just trying to do certain small things to a T while not paying attention to the most important things. So here are a few tips if you're looking to get your content out there, if you're looking to get picked up on one of these big streaming platforms, even if you want to put it on that platform yourself. Here are some things you need to pay attention to and you should really focus on. Number one, formatting. Making sure that a lot of your budget is put aside, whatever it is, for formatting. You can't get your content on Amazon Prime. You can't get your content on Hulu, on Netflix. You can't get your content on a lot of these streaming services without it being properly formatted. There are people out here who do this. I mean, some people charge $2,000. Some people charge $15,000. There are different ranges, but I'm saying make sure that a great percentage, unless you have someone in-house, make sure that a good percentage of your budget is set aside for formatting. Okay, not just filming, not just creating the content, but formatting, because you're going to be ahead of the line if you're able to get your formatting done quickly and precisely the right way. So formatting is a big thing. Also, something that you want to do, don't overthink what you create. What I mean by that is don't look to create perfection. Just try to create compelling stories. That's what all the streaming services are looking for. Compelling stories, fiction and nonfiction. Everyone's grasping, everyone's looking for new content, and all they want are great stories. So if you can tell a great story, if you can create a great story, if you can write a great story, just make sure it gets filmed correctly and make sure it is formatted correctly. But don't overthink it. Don't try to go into making the perfect script. No, just make sure that the overall story makes sense. Also, when it comes to your content, build an audience before you present. It is always in your favor to build an audience before you present. I don't care if you just do a premiere in your city, in your town. I don't care if it's just your followers on social media. Do a cold release or an early release of your content and let that build up. And after that, go to Netflix, go to Amazon, or meet the right people that are picking up new talent and new content. Okay, it's not going to the, head of Amazon and the head of Netflix. No, I'm saying go to the people that matter. And also check Indeed. When it comes to people in their business profiles, you'll find that there are so many people that you can contact directly through Indeed rather than just going on a website and seeing the first big name and sending them something via email or emailing something through the website. Look through Indeed and see who's the people who are talent scouts. Look through Indeed and find the talent scouts. Find the people that are looking for and searching for content. Look at the job postings about people for these positions and see which companies are hiring for these positions. Because think about it from this aspect. If streaming service companies are hiring individuals that can find talent and content, that means that they want content. So sometimes in those little profiles or those little background details of those listings and those job opportunities, they do list specifically what they're looking for. They'll say in the comedy field, they'll say more in the science fiction field. So it gives you an indicator of what type of content that these streaming services are looking for. So don't just look the conventional ways. Look through Indeed, use your tools to your advantage, and make sure, again, you do a soft release where you are. I can't tell you how valuable it is, how much it matters when you go to Netflix, when you go to Amazon, when you go to all these streaming services, you go to Hulu, go to Disneyplus, no matter who you go to. When you have an audience, when you already have numbers, and we have all the programming, all the software out there for analytics, you can certainly present it. Have your numbers ready. Because if you can just show, look, in my area, my target was to get this out to 30,000 people, and we successfully got 10,000 people to watch 60 minutes, each person, 60 minutes per person, per view. of my content. We got them to watch 30 minutes of my content, uninterrupted minutes of my content. 10,000 people were able to do so, and our target was 30. Being able to say that allows you to maintain some level of ownership, or at least get a good price or a better offer. So don't be so quick to give everything to Amazon. Don't be so quick to give everything to Netflix and Disneyplus and HBO Max. Make sure that you release some of these things yourself so you test it. We don't have to depend on streaming services to do the testing for us. So test before you deliver. Test before you present. And I'm not talking about test shooting. I'm saying test how it performs in the market. You can do that yourself, and you don't have to pay a lot of money for that. So those are the three main steps that I want you to remember. Those are the three most important when it comes to making sure that you get your content onto these platforms. Make sure that you format it correctly. Make sure you format it correctly. Tell a compelling story. Don't overthink it. Tell a compelling story. Make sure you have the right contacts. Go through Indeed. Look for the job postings. See which companies are out there looking for content more than others. That helps. And also, of course, outside of just creating good content and everything like that, make sure that your stuff is marketable. Test it with small audiences. Test it with the audience that's close to you. It doesn't cost as much to do that, and make sure you know your numbers when you come to the meeting, because again, guys, if you have the numbers, I'm telling you, you're going to get picked up. All right, guys, that's just my opinion. That's just some of my thoughts through experience, and also through some of the research I've been doing when it comes to getting your content on Spotify, getting your content on all these digital streaming platforms. Make sure you do at least those 3 steps, and I guarantee you it will increase your chances of landing a deal. Also, timing. Last thing I want to say, timing. 2020 is the best time to do so. There are going to be more opportunities in 2020 than in 2021, 2022. I know that the streaming wars will be rolling more in 2021, 2022, but they're going to want their content to be built up now and in 2020 so that they don't have delays in 2021 and 2022, because demand is through the roof in terms of content, in terms of having things available. Remember, we live in a time where we can literally choose what we watch all day long. You don't have to depend on this comes on at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or 6 o'clock on Friday or Wednesday or Thursday. You can choose what you watch today, every day. That means that there's a need for a great amount of content to keep you occupied, to keep your views consistent when it comes to their platforms. Now's the time to make sure you put your content out, you make sure you package it correctly, and just know that 2020 is your best shot. I'm telling you, the next 10 years, 2020 is going to be your best shot to get your content out there. So put it out there. All right, guys, make sure, of course, you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you watching the video. This is one of my short ones. I just want to get straight to the point. I also talk about a lot of financial literacy topics, finances when it comes to credit, buying a home, when it comes to IPOs and stocks, when it comes to the streaming wars and the market and investing in some of these streaming companies. I talk a lot, or I speak a lot from that aspect, but understand that you can catch almost anything on this channel. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your likes, your views, and your comments, and I want you to have a good one.